Are you new to private practice and are finding it hard to get patient referrals? Maybe other clinicians only want to refer to you but not members of your team. Or perhaps you've given several GP talks but are rarely seeing the investment in your time. If so, listen up. Hi, I'm Dr. Kath Spencer-Smith at Private Practice Ninja TV, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you my top tips for getting new referrals. And if you're new to the channel, why not hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so we can let you know when we produce a new video. If you're newish to private practice, it can sometimes be a little bit difficult to know how to go about getting new referrals, and you might feel a bit awkward about connecting with other people. If so, don't worry, you're in good company, because every single clinician in private practice has felt this way at some time or another. Let's think about what might be holding you back from making referral connections. There's a misconception amongst the clinicians that I work with that somehow all clinical relationships in private practice are sewn up. In other words, clinician A is only ever going to refer to clinician B, so there's no point in approaching clinician A. Not so! And here's why. Let's say that you're a knee surgeon looking to connect with really good physios and osteos. Now, sure, they may have people that they already refer to, but actually they are always on the lookout to meet new people like yourself. And you might be thinking, well, why is that? Well, it comes down to three things. First of all, different skill sets, what I call strokes for folks, and the natural flux of private practice. So not all knee surgeons are the same. Although most will treat most problems, most will have a niche area too. So it might be that you're a knee surgeon who loves a really good redo ACL reconstruction, or maybe you really like a nice robotic hemi knee arthroplasty. So those physios or osteos are going to be seeking that particular skill set for that particular clinical case. Also, we need different strokes for different folks. So you may be known as a no-nonsense, let's get this done kind of person, or perhaps you're somebody who's not going to tell the runner to instantly stop running. And finally, people move around all the time in private practice. They shut clinics, they move away, they have babies. So people always want to have a big little black book, and your name can be in it. Maybe you've been thinking, I'm quite new to private practice, how can I possibly compete with the rock stars that are out there, the people who are really known for X, Y or Z? And often this is the biggest mind block I see in clinicians, and it really needn't be. So why is this? Well, there are other people like you who are also starting out in private practice, or people who are looking for new clinicians, and they want to have access to people like you. In other words, sometimes if you're too busy and important, you're not available to take phone calls and texts from people who may have a clinical question they need answering quite quickly. So the key here is to form relationships for the long term, and you can shape and mould each other's private practices a little bit. Physios and osteos always tell me that the surgeons and sports physicians that they want to connect with are the ones that are available. In other words, they know that they can ping them a little text and get an answer. So you need to be that kind of available person, not as somebody who's going to hide behind barriers, making sure that people can connect with you and they don't have to go through your medtech first. So how should you wisely spend your time on trying to get more referrers? Number one, don't waste too much time on GP talks. Do one, see if you get any patients from it, and then move on. Really don't focus on GP talks. That's not how you get referrals these days. That's because most patients make up their own minds about who they want to go and see, or they'll take advice from somebody who's a therapist around them. Don't spend too much time on GP talks. Number two, make a big list of all the potential referrers in your geographical area. Bring up a Google map, have a little look around, see who's there, make a list, and then spend an hour sending out emails or connecting with people on social media, asking for the opportunity for a little chat. Number three, once a week, actually go and visit one potential referrer in their clinical setup. Does this take time and effort? You betcha. Is it going to get you patients? You betcha. Number four, think laterally about who your potential referrers could be. So for instance, if you're an endocrinologist, have a little think about other people who share a similar patient niche area. So for example, you may have urologists, gynaes, sports clinicians, physiologists, people like that who have similar patients to you who may go on to be potential referrers, so connect with them too. Number 5, be very open to being contacted by your potential referrers. Now, I'm not talking about handing out your phone number here for potential patients. That's not a great idea. But make sure that potential referrers have your number and your email address in their smartphone. Encourage them to get in touch with you when they have questions you can swiftly answer for them. And make yourself useful, and that way you'll be front and centre in their minds when they have a patient they may want to send to you. Tip number 6, as the saying goes, the fortune is in the follow-up. So don't just meet with somebody, have a nice chat and expect them to then refer you patients. You need to keep in a little bit of constant contact after that. So send them a nice message when you've met with them. And then when you can, send them useful information. So it might be a link to something that was relevant to conversations that you've had, some clinical information, maybe invite them to an event that you're going along to. And make sure that you are the person they think of next time they have a relevant patient. Don't be shy. Get out there, start making clinical referral connections. And if you need help in growing your private practice, why don't you consider joining the Private Practice Ninja Academy? I'm Dr. Cass Spencer-Smith, and I'll see you next time.